Lydia Dedoff, Fight Connect TV, and we are here ahead of Fury White this weekend at Wembley Stadium. We are in association with ESBC Boxing Game and in association with Empire Fight Store. I'm delighted to be joined by competitor on the weekends, David Adeleye. How are we doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Good to see you again.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's always a pleasure, never a chore.
So listen, good press conference. How are you feeling after it?
Yeah, good, man. I'm just soaking it all up. It's funny because, like, nobody's really here for us, are they? I mean, they're here for the main event, but...
We're here for you.
But no, it's good. It's good. Like, they're not here for me, but it's at least I'm still getting a taste of what it could be like or what it's gonna be like when I'm at the big stage. So it's humbling. It's humbling. I just take it all in my stride.
Well, obviously that was kind of a major focus in the press conference about your tattoo with Wembley and like visualization and that whole thing. But obviously, you know, yeah, you're not main event, but this is a huge achievement for you in your career, right?
Still a huge achievement. I mean, when I'm fighting, there's probably only going to be about 20,000 people there, 15,000 people. But
many people could dream of that, right?
Exactly that, and that's like fighting in front of the O2. So, I mean, if I drive a Ferrari for 1 mile and I drive it for 100 miles, I still drove the Ferrari, right? I mean, so I still get to box at Wembley, right? I ain't mad.
But listen, obviously, like, we know that you've had this experience with Tyson before. He's brought you into camps before. But this time it really feels like he sort of, you know, he really included you very much into the camp, and the whole team has a lot of very great things to say about you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just learning. I'm a sponge, I'm a student, and I go there and pick things up. And I'm hungry. That's the thing about me. I'm proper hungry, and I think because I don't have that fear in my heart about getting caught or getting hit and certain things, I think it pushes me further. I never stopped when I was an amateur. I'm never going to stop now. You know, I'm just getting a taste of what it could be like or what it's going to be like when I'm there. So I'm just driven, man. I'm driven.
Where does the hunger come from?
Just within. I think I come from a family I come from a hungry family. It's always been like that. I mean, I'm the baby of the family. I'm the youngest in my family. Evan always said, David, man, you're trouble. And it's just always been, I've always been like that. When I started fighting, I said, I want to go all the way. I remember when I first started boxing, my dad's like, yeah, I bet you ain't do it for 3 months. I said, yeah, all right, bet. And then I started fighting, and then he saw my first amateur fight. He said, you can't quit, you know. I was like, I know. He said, you're going to keep going. I said, I know. And now my dad's calling me, like, have you gone training? So, you know.
But that's nice, though, right?
It's very good, man, and it's humbling, man. And maybe my dad was doing it to give me that sort of drive that I needed and that kick up the bum to say, do you know what I mean?
That in itself is like something that's so integral to any child growing up to do anything in their life, is having a parent there to kind of like guide them or to give them a confidence to go and do it.
Yeah, exactly that. And growing up as a kid, I was a bit chubby. I remember my brother told me, I told him, yeah, bro, I need to get, you know what I mean? I need to get these muscles, man. He said to me, get in a boxing gym. I was like, you reckon? He goes, trust me, get in the boxing gym. So I started boxing, and then next thing you know, I started looking good, and I started beating everyone up, and I'm like, man, I like
So it's vanity, that's why we have you here.
No, I love it. I mean, I've always loved watching boxing. I never forget the time, me and my brother, we watched Shane Mosley against Floyd Mayweather. I was watching all of these kids growing up. I used to watch the Mike Tyson, the Frank Brunos, but it was on at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and me and my brother fell asleep, and we woke up to watch the fight. And I'm like, nah, man, this is what I want to do. And it was from then I was like, no, this is seriously what I want to do. I can see myself doing this. And when I said it to my brother, man, he pushed me, he didn't let me give up, man. You better get in the gym. I had a teacher called Ayo in my secondary school, and I kept getting in trouble. He said to me, why don't you start fighting? Yeah, you always get in trouble for fighting. Why don't you just start doing it? I said, I want to be Mayweather's weight. It was so fun, and he started laughing, and he goes, what? He said, I want to be Mayweather's weight. And he goes, bro, you're bigger than Mayweather right now. I'm like, yeah? He goes, yeah. And I was like, what weight does he fight? He was 66 kilos. And I was 14, I was 15, I was 88 kilos. I said, oh, yeah. I better start looking at these heavyweights. I'm going to be a heavyweight. And he's like, yeah.
But was there anyone, you know, like, because we all have those people when we were growing up that, like, we were, like, aspired to be like, or, you know, when we were very young, emulated them in the mirror or whatever it is. Roy Jones for you?
Oh, man, I watch Roy Jones Jr. all the time. I just loved him. He's a slick boxer, banger. He was everything. He's got the ring IQ. He's got it all. I don't fight like him, but I just love watching him, and I like learning certain things he does just to see how I can implement it into my style.
And I think with Roy Jones as well, that the passion has not left him. Like even now that he's way retired and he's coaching now, you can still see it in him. He's still that like elite level fighter, right?
Exactly. You can still see he's got the skills. I saw something of him the other day throwing like 4 left hooks on a trot, and he still looks classy. I mean, that man's old enough to be my dad, and he still looks good. So it's humbling.
Listen, I won't keep you too much longer because I know there's loads of people looking to speak to you. But what can we look forward to for your performance on Saturday night?
A knockout. Go out there, have some fun, man. I'm just gonna go out there and enjoy it and do what I got to do. I do certain things in the gym. It's just by implementing it on fight night, because it's one thing doing it in the gym, it's another thing doing it on fight night. So
get a big statement win this weekend. Is there a goal for the rest of the year, or is it just like leave it down to management?
God willing, I start winning some sort of titles, but I leave that for my management and whatnot. Because if it was down to me, I'd fight anyone. If they put me in with King Kong on Saturday, I'll say, give me my gloves.
So. Is that difficult for you to kind of just like put that into someone else's hands and not have the control, but not have the control if it were?
Yeah, it is difficult because if it was, like I said, if it was down to me, I'd fight anyone. But it's all right, man. I like it because I'm surrounded by some real good people, and I'm grateful for them. So yeah.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. As always, any final words?
Just look out on Saturday night, and I appreciate everyone that's coming to tune in. Not for me, but for the main event.
And final predictions for the main event?
Tyson stoppage.
Thank you so much, David Adeleye, for Fight Connect TV.